Are you serious? Bioware writer leaving Bioware to go freelance because of death threats. And not just death threats to her, but to her children as well. Since I have had the mental capacity to realize things, I've known people be upset when things change, which more or less is kind of sad in a way. But if something they like is changed or something they like is not going to be the same, they're going to be upset. I believe Misery by Stephen King was partially written because of a reaction to one of Stephen King's other books and how it wasn't the same. And I know for a fact Hideo Kojima got multiple death threats along the Metal Gear Solid series. And I even think the reason he even directed the fourth one was because of death threats. But that just shows the examples that I'm trying to portray here. So before I go any further, I just want to say my support and condolences are with the writer, and I'll leave the story in the description, and that's pretty much all I'm going to touch upon this story in particular. And the reason I'm talking about this now is not just because it's involved in the gaming culture, but because the severity at which the threats were posed. The kids, why would you bring someone who's not even involved in the situation and just I don't really have a word besides put them in harm when you shouldn't be putting anyone in harm, let alone the kids of the people you're mad at as well. I feel that gamer entitlement has gone so far and I guess unkept that it has evolved into this, I don't get what I want, I'm going to make death threats and expect this to change. Now, before I go any further, I understand that developers make the games for the fans, and the fans support with their hard-earned money to the developers by buying the games. However, the gamer entitlement thing is like super small. The farthest it should go is you making a case and giving your opinion to the developers on the forums, however you want to do it, and just simply leave it at that and see if the developers take it into consideration. You do not make death threats. You do not say people are wrong. You do not cast aside other people who do not disagree with you. None of that. So, looking at this from a logical perspective, what is a death threat going to change? In the past, where death threats have successfully taken their effect and got what the people who doled out the death threats wanted, those few cases, do you feel good making a death threat, taking another human being or any entity off this earth because you don't get simply what you want in superficial means? Does that make you feel better? Does that make you feel like a big shot, that you got what you wanted by physically threatening someone over a superficial item? Again, what is a death threat going to change? You lashing out like a 12-year-old prepubescent teenager because you're mad. When in life has any healthy individual got what they wanted by screaming, kicking, crying, arguing over and over again, and then like the very tippity tops recently, death threats? What healthy person has acquired that mindset that to get what they want, they need to, scratch, kick, and scream until they get what they want? Did you ever step back and be like, these actions I'm doing may not be right because I'm only doing them to get what I want and what I feel needs to be changed because it needs to be tailored to me? And if you don't get your quote-unquote way, despite doing what I did earlier, by simply giving your opinion, voicing it on the developers' forums, or messaging the developers themselves, if you don't get their way, you don't make death threats. You simply stop buying the products. You just, cut off all ties with the product, the developer, the company, whatever you want to do. Like myself, It's no surprise that I am not a big Call of Duty fan, and I am also not a big Microsoft fan. Am I labeling death threats at Activision, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, Treyarch, or Microsoft? No, I simply don't buy their products. In fact, I even gave Call of Duty another chance with Black Ops 2 after not playing a Call of Duty for like 3 years. Still sucked? Did I send anyone a death threat? No, I simply sold it, not gonna buy another one, go with Battlefield 4. See how simple that was. No one needs to be intimidated, no one needs to be hurt, no one needs to be threatened, and especially not their children. Gamer entitlement has gone so far that we are no longer appreciating what a game has given us. Whether we're just simply happy that we get a great game or an average game to waste our time in or enjoy our time in, whether it's fun or not, the very fact that we have something to do in the gaming culture should be enough. I would like to say the case in point there would be the Uncharted 3's multiplayer. The summer beta to Uncharted 3, probably one of the best multiplayer experiences I've ever experienced. Until the fall beta of Uncharted 3, I feel that Naughty Dog listened too much to the community, completely wiped everything out because of the people wanting the changes to benefit them, and and ever since the Uncharted 3's release going on, it seemed to continually go downhill for me. Did I make death threats to Naughty Dog? No, I just simply sold Uncharted 3 2 or 3 times, which I'm still confused about. Point is, enjoy what comes your way. Enjoy that developers put so much time and effort into making this virtual world for you to screw around or play around in for no more than $60 per disc. If it isn't tailored to you, if it doesn't fit what you want, sell the game. Don't buy anymore. Do not make death threats. Do not kick and scream. Grow up.